Well, this table doesn't make for very good viewing, especially the goals for column where you can see we are absolutely bottom of the pile. Dunkirk are the least highest scoring team. They're also one of the fewest conceding teams in League. In fact, I think we have the best defensive record in Ligue 2. But when you can only score as many goals as you can concede, you're never going to win many matches. And that's the story of the last two games that we've played off camera. Games against Rodez and against Sochaux, both of who drew with us. Sochaux, we drew 0-0, and Rodez, we drew 1-1. We'll show you those highlights now. And so only 1 point above relegation, we have to go to Clermont to try to get a result today. First of all, of course, I've forgotten to get onto proper match day, so we're going to have to go through this little international break. And now here we are, Clermont Foot visiting the Stade Marcel Tribut. Let's have a look at who's going to be playing today, and I still haven't sorted out my bench. So Harrington has actually missed out on the last two games due to the fact that I've been unable to remember to put him on the bench. So he'll come in for Rocheteau, who is looking massively out of form. And immediately Harrington will play on the right-hand side. I've also experimented a little bit with formations, and we are now going with the 4-2-1-3 formation that we used to such great effect in the Nottingham Forest save, with a couple of slight tweaks. The main one being that we're going to turn the auto attack defense level on. The other one being that the attacking instructions, we're going to tell them to maintain formation. We may change back to flexible eventually, but for the meantime, it's going to serve us well because it'll keep us defensively a little bit tighter. Brunel is going to make way for Van Balahem. And that is pretty much it. Diarra playing pretty well as an attacking midfielder, funnily enough. But what we're going to do is push him very slightly further forward so that he's a support striker. And then push Chakunte all the way up to the top of the pitch. So we very much have more of a 4-2-3-1 formation than a 4-2-1-3. We'll see how that affects things with 4 forwards, 2 defensive midfielders, actually 1 defensive midfielder, and a central midfielder who we're going to change back to a defensive midfielder. Let's see how that goes for us today. So, goal scoring has been a big problem for us this season, as you will have witnessed from the sheer number of nil-nils and clean sheets that teams against us have been able to keep. It's been a real struggle. I mean, we knew that it was going to be a struggle when we set ourselves the task of taking over one of the worst teams in the game in the Big 5 leagues. Dunkirk only rated at 1.5 stars when we took them over. One of only 3 teams in the league to have such a low rating. So you could argue that on that kind of form, bottom 3 is what we should be expecting. That being said, we did promise the board that we were going to aim for a top 3 finish. Sorry, top 13 finish, and so that is what we are jolly well going to try and deliver. As we start the game out with Sissoko down the right wing, he plays the ball into Harrington, who immediately gets on the ball. Nice early one in, looking for Diarra. It will come out as far as Gotini. Van Balleghem to Sai, back to Van Balleghem again, just testing the periphery of the Clermont defence. Ooh, Sissoko might have been offside there to begin with, but Kouagba picks up the loose ball. He'll look for Sissoko straight away, ball into the box, Diarra near post, and he can't get it on target, unfortunately, for the men from Dunkirk. It'll be a goal kick. It was a lovely inviting cross from Sissoko. Diarra just had to aim it a little bit closer towards goal to really try to get at least a save out of the Clermont goalkeeper, Demas, who is taking the kick now, and they're going to play out short. So we need to put pressure on these players in midfield and defence. Try to force them into giving up the ball. It's not worked this time, and Simba inside to Gastien. Now Berthomer. Alan Vina looking for the overlap perhaps. Cisse retrieves the ball. Here's Goteni, and immediately it will come forward to the attacking 4. Into Sissoko. Harrington. Back to Sissoko again. Looked to find Harrington again, but unfortunately for him it came off the heels of the defender, and it looks as though a free kick has been given, despite advantage quite clearly being in the favour of Dunkirk. Kouagba taken out by his opposite number. I mean, to be honest with you, that looked like a 50-50. I wouldn't have given it if I was a referee. So we'll try playing this into the left-hand defender, Sai. Here's Van Balleghem to Sarnoon. Back into Van Balleghem. They can't quite get to it though, and Bayo is the only player up front for Clermont, and that's really poor from Clermont, but it's not exactly brilliant from Sissoko either, who immediately gives the ball back. No pressure on this Clermont team apparently. They can play with some freedom. Gomes to Simba, down the line for Gomes. He's going to struggle to keep this one in, and Kouagba ends up conceding possession. It'll be a throw, but it was good defending. Here's Gomes out wide, good tackle by Sissoko, and away we come with the ball now. Can Sissoko see anything going forward? He plays it into the feet of Harrington. To Sissoko again, he can cross the ball, puts one in, looks for the man, oh there, good save. Goteni can't get the shot away, Diarra will rescue it. I just can't find the right pass. It's a story as old as time itself for this Dunkirk side. The quality of passing just not there, and every other team so much better than them. They're unable to even get lucky with a stray pass because all of the defenders are better, all of the midfielders are better, and all of the strikers apparently are better as well. It would be a very slow rebuild process if we were to be managing this team full time. Rumours persist that the Dunkirk manager is looking to move on at the end of this season. We'll see if anyone comes in for him in France or beyond. Rumours also circulating that he would consider any team in the top 5 leagues. As Koteni spreads one out for Sarnoon. It's a lovely ball if it can find Sai, which can't. And here's Bayo, who's offside. It won't matter. Yeah, just a foot offside there. So Maraval to restart play with the goal kick, which, well, it's a free kick technically. His Sai into Van Balahem. Thinks it over the top, looking for Chikunte. He finds him. Here's Harrington. Can't hold on to the ball though. The pass was languid and soft and jelly-like. And Simba down the wing to Gomes. This pairing down the left-hand side of the Clermont attack working really nicely together at the moment. Koteni though senses the danger and snuffs it out. And Kouagba with a long one up front. And what is the game doing selecting that particular player for me? That's ridiculous. Oh, Diarra's through here. He could have a chance. He plays it out wide to side, then in the middle. Drilled in and straight into the hand of Dimas. And that happens far, far too often. The drilled cross just not finding anyone except for the goalkeeper. Kouagba to Koteni. Back to Kouagba. Koteni again. Out wide to Sissoko. Harrington making a run. Receives the ball gratefully. Puts it into the blender. Stiara! And again, the goalkeeper denies. Dunkirk having a lot of joy down this right-hand side with Harrington. Unfortunately, it was just straight down the throat of the goalkeeper. He didn't have to do much to save it. Sarnoon looks to put one in a dangerous area. He can't do it, and it looks like Bayo might actually pick this one up to be able to start a Clermont counter-attack. Ogier. Now to Gomes. Inside to Bert Homier. Looking to play one forward to Bayo. Cisse has it covered. And he pumps one forward, looking for Harrington. Harrington did get ahead to it, but it rebounded off the back of the midfielder Gastien's head. Ended up with a lucky bounce, falling kindly for one of his teammates. And there's the half-time whistle. And it really has been a nothing first half. A few chances for Dunkirk. You'd have to say no more than half chances. But it's those drilled crosses from left and right which really are disappointing. Going to go to flexible, see if that can make a difference for us in the second half. Give the defenders slightly more to think about with players taking up unorthodox positions. Of course, the advantage of playing the support striker behind the centre forward is that Chikunte and Diarra will constantly change positions. So even though, oh hang on, there's some danger here with Bayo, and now Alainia. He's got past Sai, he's got past Cisse. Cisse does, oh no, what is that? Goodness gracious me. None of these passes are going anywhere like where I want them to go. Here's Sissoko. To Chikunte, who again, see, drops very deep there. Chikunte once more, but the ball is well short of him. Problem is Chikunte, oh hello, Chikunte doesn't have the pace really to be able to come from deep and make a problem for the players around him. Need a more mobile striker up front if you're going to play with this kind of formation possibly. Oh hello, there's a good chance here. Bayo on the counter-attack, good tackle from Kouagba. Clermont pick up the rebound. Here comes Bert Homier. Sai should keep this in, just about, yeah. And now Van Balahem to Chikunte again, playing very, very deep. Knocked over the top for Harrington. Looks to knock it on for Diarra. Over the top, looking for Sarnoon. It's a lovely idea, but it doesn't come off. I suppose the flexible positioning isn't helping with the position of Chikunte. Before too long, we'll have to think about bringing him off and giving ourselves a better chance with a... Oh my goodness me, Van Ballahem kept on running back when I wanted him to make that forward run. He was showing for it, and then he wasn't. And look where Van Ballahem is now. We're going to have to turn this flexible positioning off because it's not doing us any favours defensively. There it goes. Okay, so we're going to make one change to start with, and that's going to be Parrott on for Chikunte. Looks like Clermont have changed to a 4-2-3-1. There's the ball spotted in for Sai. Can he find a cross? He pots one in for Parrott, and Parrott has made an instant impact here. It's 1-0 to Dunkirk, and don't they look happy about it? He's not the tallest man on the pitch, but he does know how to use his head. Lovely ball for Sai, initially intended for Sarnoon, I believe, but that header from Parrott, maybe not into the corner, but it was good enough to beat the goalkeeper, and at this level that's all that counts. Now the big question is, can Dunkirk hang on to this lead? They've had troubles defensively in recent games, hanging on to the 1-0 lead. It looks as though immediately the manager is pointing to his players and telling them to rearrange themselves somewhat. So we're going to go for narrow, forcing them down the centre. Counter-attacking, short pass. And a deep defensive line. And also, I think I'm going to tell Parrott to stay up top. There we go. And one more change because we can. Harrington coming over into the middle for Diarra. And Diarra is going to make way for Hassan, who has had a slight renaissance after scoring a goal in our last game. Diarra has played very well today. He deserves a round of applause as he leaves the pitch. And Hassan gets another chance to shine in a Dunkirk shirt. It's got to happen eventually, of course. Fojo to Bertomier. Oh dear. If Goteni had stayed ahead of his man there, the ball would have been played right into his feet. Lavinia to Nsimba. Into Gomis. Those two, very obvious what they're going to try and do. Sissoko's on his man though, and he wins the ball very nicely indeed. It'll still be a throw into Clermont. Oh, and they found a way past the defence. And could Simba put the ball in here? No, because once again, the defence stands tall, gets in the way of the man. We're going to have to watch out for the short corner here. Goteni comes out to meet it. Van Ballahem will be there to meet the second man. Here's Bertomier. Oh, it's a turn and shot. Cheeky AI. I do so hate that tactic of theirs. If you can't score, hold two men off with superhuman strength and try to curl it in from the edge of the area. That's ridiculous that you can hold off two men like that. So Maraval to restart proceedings. Here's Van Ballahem. To Goteni. Moves the ball across to Sai. Sarnoon making a run. It's found. Comes back on his right foot. Dinks one into the middle. Parrott looking to get his head on it. Oh, Harrington nearly picking it up. The header wasn't quite right from Parrott that time. It would have been a good tee up if he'd found him though. Dunkirk forced the long ball and Sarnoon wins the first header but can't direct it anywhere worth putting. Oh dear, Bayo in behind. He's past Kouagba. Can he get a shot in on goal? He does, but it's well wide of the target. Maraval not happy with his defence. Far too easy for them to get past. Look at that, a cheeky little 1-2 and away he goes. And that could have been disastrous for Dunkirk. Just play it out nice and short. Goteni to Sai. Well, Sai not being an attacking wing back by trade means that we don't tend to get much support on the wings. Here's Harrington. Parrott's making the run. Oh, the ball nearly through to him. Sissoko will head it back to Van Balahem, playing it safe. Here's Goteni. Dinked over the top for Sarnoon. Into Hassan. Oh, he very nearly won it. Looks like it could be a corner here. Sarnoon. Van Balahem. Back to Sarnoon. He'll get it out to Sissoko. Sai. Goteni. Oh, he's been taken there. It's a fair tackle, says the referee. I'm not so sure. He bodied him. And there's a long clearance, which hopefully we can... Oh no, that's awful. That's absolutely awful. And we've been caught on the hop here, and Gastien is in. Oh my goodness me. How do they find these passes? It's like watching prime Barcelona play. Absolutely ridiculous. They can't have that good players, surely. Look at that. "88 minutes on the clock. Dunkirk very nearly on their way to a vital 3 points in their quest to avoid relegation and reach the magical 40-point barrier. Oh my God, what kind of a pass is that, son? That's awful. Van Balahem does a good job of winning the ball back, but he can't keep it in. Sissoko has not been the best signing in the world. We knew that we were going to have to sign players who weren't great and hope that they could improve. That's not a bad... Hang on. Oh, what's he... Oh, for God's sake! I super cancelled the... Oh. I didn't tell him not to try and play the ball. Hassan into the middle. Kouagba gets it clear as far as Fojo. Oriol Busquets, a player that I would like to sign again at some point. Van Balahem, and that's the final whistle. Job done by Dunkirk here. 3 points on the board for them. A vital 3 points at that. And Troy Parrott is the man of the hour for this French second division side. Dunkirk with the better of it from an attacking point of view, but a very even game possession-wise. Clermont edging most of the other parameters, but it's what you do with the ball that counts. And Dunkirk managed that today. Not even going to look at the ratings for the players. Here's the rest of the results from matchday 29. And again, the teams around us all getting up results. And that leaves us in 13th place. 4 points clear of the bottom three. And at the very minimum of where we said we would be at the beginning of the season. 5 points away, of course, from the magical 40-point barrier. It would be difficult to see us being relegated, although relegation doesn't actually exist in this game, on 40 points. But we'll have to see as the season comes to a close. We still have 9 games left to play. We'll bring you a couple of, at least of those, as we run into the end of the season. Next time out, we'll probably come back for, well, who will we come back for? Let's have a look at the schedule, because I still don't recognise any of these badges. I think we'll come back for Paris. That seems like a good game to come back for. So yes, until next time, thank you very much for watching. Take care. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.